What's up, y'all? This is Relly back with another video. Yes, and today let's talk Cleveland Cavaliers because we are in a very, very interesting position because not only do we have the 5th pick of the 2020 NBA draft, but our team is so question mark that we do not know the clearest direction of where we're going. We don't know if we're trying to make a playoff run or are we trying to rebuild, right? And I think just like all Cleveland fans, we understand that we have to make some very distinctive moves to show our team this is where we're going, right? So this season is going to be very detrimental for that, obviously, but we're going to have to talk about some moves that just has to be must. Like, it's no way, no getting around this. This is going to have to happen in order for us to move forward. And the first thing that has to be done is do not, and I repeat, do not re-sign Tristian Thompson to the bag Kevin Love is advising you for, right? Tristian Thompson, let him walk. Please, let him walk. You know, he's probably going to get overpaid. That's okay, but do not let the Cleveland Cavaliers be the team that overpays him. Do not be suckered into that. Do not be the team that gets laughed at, right? We've seen that with the Lakers when they signed Timofey Mozgov to that big money. And when they signed Luol Deng, do not be that team. Leave him alone. If he asks for anything above 120, let him walk. If he asks for anything above 90, let him walk. If he asks for anything above 70 million, let him walk because he is not worth it. Let him walk. On top of that, we have to then prioritize Kevin Love this offseason. You say, why? Because we have to trade him, right? It's time. It's time. We have to prioritize that. Kevin Love is a really great player. I love Kevin Love. I love what he's done for Cleveland. I love what he was able to accomplish in Cleveland. But I know a lot of people in Cleveland would probably argue that, right? A lot of people in Cleveland are not satisfied with the services we've gotten from Kevin Love, and that's understandable. But you still got to realize Kevin Love is still giving you all-star level numbers, and Kevin Love is still productive, right? He might not be what he used to be in Minnesota, but he is still an incredible talent to have. And speaking of Minnesota, I would actually call up Minnesota to see if I can try to get a trade off. And you say, what would be the trade? I would see if I could trade Kevin Love and our 5th overall pick to see if I can get their number 1. And you say, why would Minnesota even consider that? For the simple fact that they're getting an all-star as well as getting a 5th overall pick. So if they want to get a young talent, they can still do so in the top 5 range, which their team would be playoff contention. And I just feel like that would work because Minnesota would have a very great shooting team, especially on the bigs. They would have two really good shooting bigs, with Karl-Anthony Towns being the best, and then Kevin Love just helping that. And I just feel like that would just work, right? As well as Cleveland get that number 1 pick that we so been waiting for and actually give us a chance to legitimately rebuild our team. And on a side note, we need to get rid of Zizic and Dante Exum. And really Dante Exum, because we didn't really want Dante Exum, but we got him anyway. Like, Dante Exum is like a Christmas sweater that you get for Christmas, but you really wanted like a gift card or money or a video game. But you got the sweater and you had to be appreciative of it, right? You know, for the moment. But now the moment is done and I'm not appreciative of having a Dante Exum. He needs to boot. He needs to get up out of here. He has no purpose on this roster. He might be good somewhere else, you know. Y'all might laugh at me, you know, then. But right now, I don't need a Dante Exum. I'm sorry. And on top of that, Andre Drummond. How can I forget about Andre Drummond? Because he's more than likely going to accept his player option, which is realistic when you have $28 million basically on the table. Why would I say no? Why would he say no? You know, he's going to accept it. But this next season, he's going to probably want an extension. He's going to want the bag, and he's probably going to be asking for $170 million. Do I think he's worth $170 million? No. Do I think the Cleveland Cavaliers should give him $170 million? No. Do I feel like if we cannot make a trade happen, should we let Andre Drummond walk? Yes. Why? Because the Cleveland Cavaliers are in no position to sign players to big money contracts when we cannot even get in the playoffs, not as an 8th seed. I'm not giving you 170 max extensions when we're the second worst team in the East. That's unrealistic to me. So if you're gonna ask for this money, I have to trade you, and I have to use you to help my rebuild, and that's what Andre Drummond is gonna have to be used for. Trade bait to either get us some more picks or some younger talent to help this rebuild run. Last but not least, we have to talk about who the Cleveland Cavaliers should draft. Who should Cleveland draft? And it's multiple different answers for that. So down in the comments, I also want to hear who y'all think the Cleveland Cavaliers should draft, because it can go any way, right? It can go any way y'all want it to, any type of direction. I just want to hear what y'all feel like. But for me, personally, I wanted James Wiseman, right? I think a lot of people understand. I really, really like James Wiseman. I think James Wiseman is going to be a star. But assuming that he's going to go really, really high and we still have our 5th pick, we might have to draft Denny. I'm not too excited about that pick, but Denny might be the player we have to select with the 5th pick by default because of his popularity, because of what they say he brings. I know they comparing him to Turkoglu, which I'm not a big fan of, but this might be the player we have to draft with the 5th overall pick. But like I said before, let me know down in the comments who you feel like we should draft, or who you would want to draft in this 2020 NBA draft. And with that being said, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell for more amazing content, because we are on the grind, the official grinding with y'all. I know I can get there. So with that being said, Ghost.
What if we turn into hoopers? For the clip like bonds we shooting. Just like some soldiers we trooping. Step back 3, we hooping. We in your house just like Fortnite.